We bet that you can't drive to Austin, pick up 400 cases of Yeller Local, and have it all back here within 24 hours.
Believe it or not, I was actually in Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, that's me standing right there. That's what I did in Smokey and the Bandit. And then years later, both Burt Reynolds, who starred in the movie, obviously, and Hal Needham, who wrote and directed the movie, became very good friends of mine. One of the things we talked about, other than how in the world did you talk yourself onto the set of our movie, restoring or revisiting Southern horsepower comedy, which certainly is what Smokey and the Bandit was, and what Dukes of Hazzard was, and what was king at the box office and on television in those days. I talked to Hal and Burt about the notion of what if John Schneider, the Dukes of Hazzard guy, were bet $500,000 that he couldn't do for real what Burt did for pretend in Smokey and the Bandit. I said, I think that'd be a really cool movie.
That was a movie, and in the movie, it was 28 hours.
Life gets away from you, didn't do it. I made a movie called Collier and Company right after they did the Dukes of Hazzard movie, because it was my answer to Southern horsepower comedy. But then when Burt Reynolds passed away, it seemed to me like this is something that had to be done. Hal had passed away, Burt had passed away, and it was time now to do exactly that which we spoke about on many occasions.
Got yourself a deal. Violet, fill my thermos. Let's haul ass.
The notion that I'm this guy in the red shirt who is a stuntman at a big event, and a large man and his son come up and bet me $500,000 that I can't go to Austin and back in a certain amount of time, 24 hours. I just think it's great.
Got the one and only Frosty, the you-know-what here, Duke boy.
Come on, son. We're burning daylight.
So we made this movie, and the great thing about Stand On It is completely aware that there was a movie called Smokey and the Bandit, but we don't mention it. Stand On It is also completely aware that itself is a movie.
We got to get back, win the bet, collect the money. So stand on it, son.
Teach you to run a red light in my town.
He is very good. You are really bad.
So it's kind of a movie, within a love for horsepower and dirt and good old-fashioned back roads fun.
You know the back of his truck says ROY. The name is Roy and I like to drive.
Get in, why don't you?
Great thing about doing movies the way we do them is we do them when we want, how we want, with whom we want. And we just have a good time. But we don't cross the line.
You're cute.
And you're young. You got something I want. And I'll chase you to hell and gone to get it back.
There is a line that you can cross where if the people on the screen are having more fun than the people watching the movie, then I think you've made a mistake. And we don't cross that line. At least I don't think we do.
Papa, you're in the wrong lane.
I had a great desire to have a black Trans Am when I was a kid, 77 Trans Am, wanted one bad. So the next best thing for me is being now considerably older than I was in 1977, and being a guy that's known for driving what is now, I think, the most recognizable car in the world, of course, the General Lee, and bringing to the screen a brand new badass muscle car. Me, being a Mopar guy through the General Lee, could not bring myself to use a Pontiac Trans Am in this movie. So I decided to take I think it's a fantastic car. I've always really enjoyed the new body style Challengers. In fact, I had one when they first came out, the SRT8s. It was orange. So it seemed to me like the very best way to marry both worlds, Dukes of Hazzard and Smokey and the Bandit, John Schneider, Burt Reynolds, and Hal Needham, was to create a new muscle car. So we did the Hellcat Challenger T-Top. And as far as I know, we have the only two of them in the world right here at the studio now. The car was a great, great addition. The truck was a great addition. But in this movie, I drove every foot of the car and quite a few feet of the cop cars. Many times in this movie, I will actually be chasing myself. We did this during the first year of the whole COVID thing. So our crew went from being a regular sized crew cut down to me, a camera, and maybe one friend in a vehicle. We had to make this up as we went along, and we did, and I'm so glad we did. Now, I say I drove every foot, that is true, but I did not fly every foot. In fact, when the Challenger goes over the Tickfaw River, that is not me, that is James Smith, and he did a fantastic job. I think we had about 1,500 people standing on the sidelines watching many of these stunts that we did in the movie. So I hope you all enjoy Stand On It. It's a labor of love for me and for Alicia. And if you are one of those people who misses good old-fashioned Southern horsepower comedy and you're waiting for Warner Brothers to put together another Dukes of Hazzard and get it right this time, forget it. They're not going to do it. So the closest you are going to get, in my humble opinion, is Stand On It. So sit back, get some popcorn, enjoy yourself, and watch my tribute to good old-fashioned Southern horsepower comedy. Stand on it, son!
By the way, Stand On It is available on DVD only at johnschneiderstudios.com and available for streaming and download only at cineflixdod.com. Enjoy.
Yeah. You're driving me crazy, son.